7 Global Family Office Investment Summit. Welcome back on Dubai Beach, Jumeirah Beach. We are attending this huge, exclusive and large gathering for family office, and not only. We are with Chris Newman, managing partner of Audentia. Welcome and thank you for joining us, Chris. Let's talk about the summit. Maybe you had many expectations about it. Did you center these expectations were higher than you thought?
Yeah, so this is my first summit, first one that I've been to. I would say it was a cross between interesting and also, I guess, validation, because I'm in a space where I would class myself as in alternatives, and you know, what we've seen today is more being investors showing a lot of interest in the alternative space. Obviously, equities, bonds, these traditional markets under a lot of pressure. So, you know, it's been interesting to see where now investors turn their attentions to and you know, their applications. So from that perspective, it has been super interesting. But I guess what's more interesting is that there is so much interest in tech, which for me, a lot of this stuff doesn't seem real, you know. So, and it's very hard to tell what's a good investment or what isn't. So, again, it's been a takeaway theme that's been interesting.
Yeah, Chris, it's really strange because you are a traditional investor, let me say, and here they are talking a lot of tech innovation, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and so from a traditional point of view, it's really interesting to highlight how do you see this world, how do you merge maybe your ideas with tech, the most technological ideas ones.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to ignore, say, technical innovation in any industry. So, you know, if you're looking at my world, which is commodities based, even let's say something as open as blockchain does have applications. So a lot of people have already started to look at the use of blockchain technology for documentary checks with letters of credit and this kind of stuff. But I guess it's more on the theme of automating processes rather than sort of outright innovation in application of tech. But aside from that, you know, that's not really, you know, my world. I'm not a tech guy. Yeah. I just have to accept that, you know, some things it can be useful, you know, to make things in life better than they are today, and that I can understand. As
we talked before, Chris, this world is a world with high risks. Maybe you manage, in the other end, products with low risks and maybe high yields. So let's talk about your world, the commodity one. How are things getting on commodities now?
It's a good question. So commodities today as a sort of space is, I would say, from an investment perspective, one is, let's say there's a bad stigma. A lot of the commodities funds previously have been more sort of proprietary directional type of investments. And, you know, as a result of, you know, a lot of volatility in the market, a lot of people have lost money, which obviously means investors have lost money. So I think from a commodities perspective, as a general point, it's a market that's got a, let's say, bad stigma. But I think, as far as you know, possibilities within this space are concerned, I believe that there are a lot, and it's a market that's niche, which means that there's not a crowded trade. So when you find something in this space that's worth doing, whether it's sort of asset, sort of project finance related, or what we're doing, which is more trade finance related, there's a lot of great investment opportunities based on things that are real assets ultimately.
And finally, Chris, this is maybe the place to be. The Global Family Office Investment Summit is the place to be, maybe where you can really aim high. What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna? Who are you gonna meet in this afternoon, which is the last day of the meeting?
Yeah, so I think over the last couple of days, we've been focusing mostly on family offices, where I think that's kind of where the initial capital will come from, or where the interest is coming from. We've already sort of taken down some of the institutional conversations. Again, I think that's a slower burn in terms of a longer roadmap of raising capital, but ultimately, I think from a partnership or investor perspective, it's mostly the family offices where we've been looking at, which makes sense being a family office summit, right? So
makes sense. So Chris Newman, managing partner Audentia, joining us on CNBC. Thank you and good luck for all your business. And let's share this interview with CNBC, and good luck.
Thank you very much.